Namaskaram, everyone. This is part three of the series, The Evolution of Entrepreneur in Us. In this session, I will cover these 7 businesses that we ventured into and why we ventured into so many businesses. So, if you're hearing this, if you're seeing this video for the first time, probably you may want to check out the part 1 and part 2. I'll try to see if this can be a complete video in itself. But if something is amiss, probably you'll have to check out part 1 and part 2. The 7 businesses that we ventured since 2006 until 2015-16, I think. Yeah, we 2006 we started IT consulting firm called Meteonic Innovations Private Limited. In the description, you can check out the link if you would like to see what we do. Then in 2008, I started a hobby studio called Talent Time, where we were doing all the yoga, guitar, keyboard, those kind of classes. Then in 2009, we took a franchisee of Geetanjali Jewels in Indiranagar 80 Feet Road in Bangalore. That business took us all together in different level in entrepreneurship. The kind of exposure we got, the kind of marketing we learned. I mean, whole new level, because it was non-IT kind of a business for us. We were IT people. So our IT business, Meteonic, is a B2B business. But the Talent Time that I opened, which was my own creation, a lot of learnings in that creation, was a B2C business. But we didn't understand much about business because we were employees, IT employees. So, and no prior experience, anybody in the family running business. So we didn't understand much of it. So we're still struggling to figure it out all by ourselves on job. Right? So 2009, we started took a franchisee of Geetanjali Jewels, and now it's no longer Geetanjali Jewels. It's called Kanika Jewels. It's our own brand. We do custom jewelry. We came out of the franchisee much earlier than whatever episode happened that all of us know about. So. We had come out of it in 2015 itself, so we're not impacted with whatever had happened. So 2009, that one. 2011, we took a franchisee of a ice cream brand called Fresh and Naturals. A very good product. It was kind of competition to Bombay Naturals. We took a master franchisee. This is 2011. 2012, we set up a gifting boutique in ITPL Tech Park, Asset Des Park Square Mall. Then in 2014, we took up a franchisee of Chabra 555, which is into party wear, wedding wear. We had a shop in Commercial Street. It is retailing. And later we ventured into my latest company, Social Venture Solutions. We have a giving platform, and this is we create humanitarian products. And I also do public speaking and consulting services in this business. This is my last venture, the final one, because my search is over. So why so many businesses? Why from IT to Talent Time to jewelry retailing? To F&B, master franchisee, food and beverages, that ice cream outlet that we had, to again opening a luxury gifting boutique, to having an apparel, wedding wear, apparel outlet, to finally Social Ventures Solutions, humanitarian products. So, in our IT firm, we kind of pretty much figured out the business model, and it worked for us. I will be talking about more details on each of these business in subsequent videos, where I'll talk about what was the business model we originally thought. Did it change? And if it changed, why and how it changed? What are the challenges we faced? How we overcame? I'll cover just one video on Meteonic, one video on Talent Time, one video on jewelry, one on apparel, whatever. I'll have a separate video for learnings across each of these businesses. In this video, I am just giving an overview of all the 7 businesses that we ventured into and why we kept on creating business after business. So rather than going vertical in one business, we actually went horizontal across diverse businesses. Um, so yeah, we can debate if it is better to just be in one business and go vertically, or like the way our journey happened to be. I think both have their pros and cons, and probably I think this was our journey, because if we would have not ventured into so many businesses, we wouldn't have had so many learnings: B2B, B2C, IT, non-IT, customer experience, marketing, sales, digital systems, so many things that came up across so many businesses, that learnings wise we definitely got a lot of insights. Revenue wise, we were having very different revenues across different businesses, some in few thousands, some in lakhs, some in crores. So very different revenue thing, different kind of people working across different businesses. In F&B we had our staff was not even like third or fourth pass. In apparel we had like maybe 10. In jewelry retail, we still have some graduates. In IT, we were dealing with MBAs and BEs, right? So different kind of employees and different kind of challenges with different types of employees. Then the timings across all these businesses were very different. IT was proper, say 9 to 6, 9 to 5 kind of a job. My Talent Time hobby studio would start at 5 a.m. in the morning and would end at 10 p.m. in the evening. The ice cream showroom would be start at 11 and be there at 11 p.m. The jewelry was 11 to 9 p.m. So all in all, very busy between morning till evening across all these businesses. And there was one point in time we were running 6 businesses in parallel. The 7th one happened later when I consolidated everything. In 2015-16 timeframe, we consolidated most of our businesses. Then we just focused on what we want to continue doing, what is our interest, where our passion lies, and whatever was not working for us, either money wise or due to whatsoever reason, operational issues, franchising issues, we just either sold or closed the business. So 2000, let's go back and relook at IT consulting firm Medionic Innovation 2007. The next was Talent Time 2008. Now why did I start Talent Time? Because within 1 year of our business, we had good revenue, we could hire people, and I used to be taking care of HR in my office, the staffing services, interviewing people and placing them, closing the requirements with HR of companies, and I used to hate doing that work. But when we didn't had anybody to do it, because we were technical people and I got exposed to a very different side of IT doing that role, I didn't enjoy that at all. So when we got funds, we could hire people. We had people running that show. And Ankur and I have a very different approach to life and business as such. A very different way of working, professional way of working. So both of us could not work with the same team. And Ankur was very well handling the team. The team was very happy with him. I was always the villain in my company, always outspoken and direct, and Ankur gave a very nurturing environment. People were very happy to work with him. He's a great leader. And somehow I wanted, they were doing, I mean, the team was doing very well, and I couldn't fit myself there. So I decided to do something on my own again, and I started a hobby studio, because I wanted my children to also learn all these extracurricular things: dance, painting, guitar, keyboard. And I took up a place very close to my home, just 300-400 meters from my home. A commercial place, set up the center. It was doing very well. My teachers were very good. But I was it was more of a social venture for me, in terms of, I thought if I make money in this business, I would put dustbins across that area where I was staying. It is Pile out in Bangalore, and a lot of people walk it from main road, whole Madras road to inside. So I thought I will do all of that. So that was it was not a business kind for me. It was more like a social venture. But we did well in the first 3 months. We got a lot of students. And again, there are a lot of challenges with that model, which I will be talking exclusive video for this, my learnings in this small business. And it's not big or small, it's, is it right for you based on your expertise, your capabilities, and the ROI of your time, and what you get in return. So based on that, I would say small business, but tremendous learnings because directly interacting with customers. Then we had some funds to park, and 2008 recession hit. So we decided to diversify. And instead of putting all our eggs in the same basket, this hard-earned money that we had earned, we didn't want to put back in IT and grow our IT business. Instead, we decided to diversify. And that time, franchising was booming in India, retailing was booming in India. So we happened to participate in a franchisee expo. We got to meet the Geetanjali business development team. We had discussions and things. These are stories by itself. It was not like whatever franchisee, whatever money was needed, we had handy. It was not like that. We had X amount and they wanted 4X amount to start the franchisee. I will be covering this detail in the video related to that business. Okay. Here I'm just saying that why we kept on creating so many businesses. What was the need to keep on creating so many businesses, right? So what happened was, things fell in place, everything happened, and we started this jewelry showroom in 2009 September. 3 years it took, but we became the number one store for diamond sales in India. Among one of the top few topmost stores for them for diamond sales in India. And we learned so much about retailing, about marketing, and how marketing is a continuous activity, and how we should allocate marketing budgets month on month, which was never a focus in our IT company. We were not spending anything on marketing. We were waiting for people to come to us, or we were doing cold calls. All right, finding leads and just doing cold calls. But we learned a very different way of doing business with this Geetanjali franchisee. And then why did I come out of that? I don't know. It's not like why did I come out of that. We still continue to have the jewelry business, but only thing is we converted into our own brand in 2015. In the meantime, we again happened to go to a franchisee expo looking for, in 2012-13, government had started putting a lot of restrictions on gold import and stuff like that. And we see our businesses may get impacted because of all these things, because we are first generation entrepreneurs. We're not like jewelers, whose forefathers were in jewelry and in inheritance you receive the business, not that kind, right? At all. So jewelry is a tough business for first time people venturing into it. So because of all these things, import duties and all, we decided to look for alternate ways to again park the money, because you keep investing and generating funds, right? So this is a way of investing that we were doing. So we always wanted to get into F&B, but running a restaurant or a fine dine or a bar and pub, we explored all these options, but somehow I was looking for an easier option where we don't have to worry about daily logistics, fresh sourcing of food and vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. So we decided to take up ice cream because it stays for the shelf life is more, and a master franchisee. So it was not just one outlet, a master franchisee. Master franchisee means that when anybody in Bangalore would be any outlets opening up, they have to source the stock from us. So we deal directly with the franchisor, and the new outlets will deal with us. So we get extra commissions. We stock. That is the idea. Then what we realized is that some of these businesses, you just put some initial effort and they run on its own with a little bit monitoring. So they become kind of passive income for you. You continue to do what you're good at, which was our IT firm, which we're doing anyways. And after 3 years in the jewelry thing, more or less setting up the processes. I micromanage my processes, not my people. I always create a backup system in place. So I always try to make the business independent of us, the owners, and independent of the staff also. So business runs in an autopilot mode, and that gives us the leverage to that gives us the leverage of time, and we can spend time on networking, on relationship building, on expansion. And that's how all these things shaped up, because we had time to do something else, time and money and resources to do something else. That is the reason so many businesses kept on happening, right? And we were exploring. We were very adventurous kind. We believe there is nothing to lose. There is nothing to lose. So with that, and there is everything to gain. The learnings we gain in the process are very useful insights and learnings. Failure teaches us a lot. Failure taught us a lot. So after the FNB, yeah, we were like kind of overstocked in our Indranagar showroom for jewelry. So and the sales were getting impacted, and we had a lot of people coming in from other areas of Bangalore. So we decided to open one more outlet, but with a very different product band. Luxury products plus low ticket gold, which was in ITPL Park Square Mall. That so many learnings with that experimentation that we had. We ran that business for 3 years, and then we were out of it there. Though we already had one retail outlet in Indranagar, this another retail outlet with different kind of merchandise, luxury products and low ticket gold products, being in a tech park, very different challenges and different learnings. And then because again we somehow we were feeling that being in gold is going to be very risky business for us in down the line. So we're always looking at what can complement this business. So we realized the next best complement, because we wedding customers come to us, engagement rings and wedding customers, and even housewarming occasion, people who are celebrating something come to us. It's good to have an apparel showroom where party wear kind of showroom, wedding wear, where these two business complement each other and we can cross sell. That with that intent, we took up a franchisee of Chabra 555, and we took a store in Commercial Street. And again, too many learnings in that business. Probably that was not one of the good decisions that we have taken so far in our business venture. We lost money in that business. We lost money, and I lost myself in that business. But because of that, I was able to discover myself. So it's a very different spiritual angle to this, because that business, I think it really shook me from within. A lot of things, a lot of conflicts that emerged, and post that my spiritual journey triggered off. So after that, in 2017, I started Social Venture Solutions, which is into which we created I'm a product of giving. My life has been all about a giver's gain philosophy, and I always believe that when you give with an intention to help, with an intention to empower people, the universe gives you back exponentially in return. And I want to encourage giving. I want giving to become our first nature. And that's how we created this platform called Giga, Give and Gain. First two letter of the word give, G-I, and first two letter of the word gain, G-A. So in this platform, people can donate their time, things, money and medical help to people who need these things. It is like a marketplace for giving. And then this is like we needed funds to support this venture. So I also started the verticals in this company, which is public speaking, inspirational speaking, and running personal development programs, business mastery programs, spiritual mastery programs. So these are all the 7 different types of businesses that we ventured into, and I also shared how we moved from one business to another. Sometimes it was a need, external situations impacting us, our current business, so we're looking for business complementing, and sometimes it was we wanted to be in that space and just experimented with like food and beverages. And Talent Time, it was a personal need, so I wanted, and I was. Not finding the right work for me in my own organization in the IT company, so I wanted to do something else, spend most of my time with my children, so where can focus on their extracurricular growth. So I ended up opening that Talent Time, and while Meteonic was going on, it's still going on. That's our core business, our first and core business. Our jewelry is still going on, which is our now converted into our own brand called Kanika Jewels. We do custom jewelry, very beautiful custom jewelry, and the Social Venture Solutions, which is the latest one, which I'll continue to do now. That's my calling. That's my purpose. So. Rest of the businesses, we had to hard shut the hobby studio because when we invested in Geetanjali, it was a do or die business for us. So and looking at whatever, I will discuss this in that specific video related to that hobby studio. But we after running for 1 year, I had to shut it down, hard shut. Okay. Then the RTPL showroom, after 3 years. It was a hard shut again because the mall was renovating. They wanted to have only food outlets because most of the retail outlets were not doing well in that mall. A lot of learnings being in the tech park. And the ice cream F&B, we sold it. We had relationship issues with the franchisor. We sold it. Chhabra 555, we did had relationship issues with the franchisor, and the business was not worth our time and effort, and we just had to hard shut it. So lost business. I would say that we did lose some money in that business, right? So and Social Venture Solution, because after my spiritual when I took on my spiritual journey, post that there were some revelations that happened to me, and on those lines I created this new company, Social Ventures Solution. So this is all about the different 7 diverse businesses that we ventured into. Consolidated, as I said, we kept on consolidating, and finally right now we have 3: our IT consulting firm, our jewelry showroom, and Social Venture Solutions. So now next series will be, the next videos will be on each business, the learnings that we had, the challenges we faced, how we overcame, how we, a little bit of how the entry and exit into that business, and most importantly, the key insights and learnings that we received. Till then, take care and create a beautiful day. Bye for now.